Hey, what's up, guys? It's SirTagCR, and today we're back again with this unbelievably strong HOG bait deck. Your opponent will never have 4 spells, but you're gonna have 4 log bait cards with the Princess, Skeleton Army, Goblin Gang, and Goblin Barrel, so you'll always get value. If your opponent's got a Witch or a Wizard or a Mega Knight or anything with splash damage, you can shut it down with the Knight and the Inferno Tower, so you have nothing to fear. So let's go jump straight into some games that assert some dominance with the best HOG log bait deck in Clash Royale. And a huge shout out to all of you guys that are using credit code SirTag in any Supercell game. All money made from credit code SirTag improves the channel's setup, editing, and allows me to upload daily videos while I take full-time college courses. So thank you guys for supporting me and helping me grow the channel. All right, we got a game here against Boss. What's up, dude? We're gonna sauce out a HOG and we're gonna see what's up. Okay, Mr. Wall Breakers, Bomb Tower. Not a good matchup for me. Not gonna lie, this is a hard counter. This is no bueno. So whenever we play against Bomber or Bomb Tower, when we've got a lot of bait cards, it's not good, especially when he can pull my HOG Rider. I hope the Knight gets a hit on the tower. That would make me happy. Nope. No, he's just going to shut it down. He's really going to be that type of person. Going to be that ridiculous, sir, with your Knights and Musketeers. Okay, all right, I guess I'll take that damage for free. Thank you, sir. I could also go and collect some more damage with the HOG Rider at the exact same time. So I'm going to go for a Snowball, and then I'm going to go for a HOG Rider on the Musketeer. So the Musketeer locks onto that, forces out more Elixir with Skeletons, and then, oh my goodness, how are you in the damage lead after that? I felt like my HOG Rider, I felt like he would get some damage or some love, but he didn't give me any kisses. It's okay. I guess I have to wait until Valentine's Day for kisses from my HOG Rider. We can go for a Princess in the back and just slow roll that. If you want to go for a Knight, then we know that you're going to probably go in for Minor Fireball Wall Breakers. I mean, this is just a tough one, man. This is a really bad matchup. I'm going to go for another Goblin Barrel here, try to get some chip. He's just going to log it, though, right? That's what I would expect. If you don't log that, I don't know what you're doing, boss. Why didn't you log that? What are you doing? Okay, we can go in for a Goblin Gang here. Maybe he wants to pre-log the Skarmy. Maybe that's what he's thinking. Yeah, I think that's what he wants to do. So I'm just going to go for a Snowball here, be able to shut down the majority of that. And he's going to pre-log most likely. So I need to go in for a Inferno Tower instead. Yep, I knew he was going to pre-log, so I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go for the Skeleton Army afterward, and we shut everything down. Now he doesn't have log for the Skarmy. What do you have now, boss? What's going on? Skarmy on top of your tower with the Goblin Barrel? How do you fancy that, brother? You're going to go for a Fireball. So right now, at this very moment, we're in a bad spot still, but I did make a prediction on his prediction because I knew that was the only feasible thing a good player would do. I'm going to go in for another HOG Rider here. I can go for Princess of the River. He's just going to go for Bomb Tower. I hope the Princess locks on to the tower first. Didn't happen. I need to go for Knight on top of his Knight. We can probably out-cycle him, maybe. Oh, what is going to happen here? He might go for a pre-log. We're going to have to wait and see. Just want to snowball that back so he doesn't get hits. And I want him to go in for a log really badly, but he doesn't do it again. I'm going to go for Goblin Barrel a little bit further back. Princess at the River. Just going to go in for another HOG Rider counter. Yeah, he's playing so well, but I mean, he's got a hard counter too. If we can keep our Princess alive, then we're vibing on a spiritual level. Then I can go for a Skeleton Army here, going for another HOG Rider. We just need to outcycle you, boss, okay? I get it that you have a hard counter, but let me win the game. I just want simple needs in life. A couple HOG Rider hammer hits for me is all I want. Oh, we're in the damage lead somehow. So I can go in for a Goblin Barrel here, and then I can go for a Knight. Skeleton Army on top of the Musketeer. It's going to lock. No way. Are we actually going to beat him? There's no chance that I should be beating someone this good with a hard counter. We can maybe go in for a HOG Rider, but he's just going to go in for a defensive Bomb Tower. I can Princess in the back here, and if I go in for a Goblin Barrel, he'll just counter it with a log most likely. We're going to have to wait and see. He's going to Fireball here. Yeah, he logs it. So if I go for a Knight, should just be able to counter the Miner. Why would he drop it there out of all places? I was able to counter the Musketeer and the Miner with that. That's really weird. I would not expected him to do that. I'm going to Snowball. I want the Princess to get on top of the tower. Maybe it will happen. It's not guaranteed, but it's going to maybe happen. I don't know, guys. We're going to try to keep the Princess alive, and we do outcycle, so I'm going to go for a HOG Rider. There's no way he's back to the Bomb Tower. There's no chance, guys. I'm going to Snowball the Skeletons and the Musketeer. Give me a hit. Give Daddy a hit. Maybe another hammer hit. Oh, my goodness, are we going to win the game? We might put him to shame, win the game. And, dude, I don't know. This is crazy. He's going to probably log this, so I want to go in for an Inferno Tower. I need a Princess of the River here. We'll see if he drops anything to block it. No way! We got him! We won the game! No way! That's insane! Wow. That felt so good, guys. I had no prospects of winning that. I really didn't think I was going to win that game. And that was actually the real boss too. I love that guy. He is such a nice person. Phenomenal player. As you guys can see, he finished 5 in the world. Look at all those top trophy finishes. Very surprised I won that one. All right, we got a game here. We're gonna sauce out a good luck and we're gonna go straight into the Dragon's Den. You're gonna have an Inferno Tower and a Furnace. What? Well, I guess I got eaten alive by dragons, guys. You'll never see me again. That's so sad, man. Why do you have this deck? So the reason we go for the Skarmy instead of dropping a Knight is the Knight would have went right into the Inferno Tower and died. At least the Skarmy baits out a Zap, right? So we figured out that this guy's gonna have double building and there's no chance in heck of me ever breaking through with my Hog Rider. So I need to go for Goblin Barrels whenever I can. Try to get chip damage that way, and he's gonna have Skarmy as well. Oh my gosh. What is this matchup? This is the matchup from 666. The Dragon's Den is here, and it is extremely scary. So I just want to go in for a Princess to finish off the majority of the minions. Princess is going to walk right up into the weaker tower, so then it could get fireballed too. Oh, this is scary, man. I hope he goes in for Inferno Tower so that at least dies the Princess. Yeah, so we will be able to kill the Inferno Tower and potentially out-cycle him now. So that is our game plan. He'll just go in for a Furnace, though, so I need to be able to break through a Furnace or go in for a Snowball on top of the Skarmy that he drops on our Goblin Barrel. I think our best bet is to go in for a Goblin Barrel and then Snowball his Goblin Barrel counter, which is inevitably going to be a Skarmy. So we're going to preemptively go in for the Snowball here. I guessed it, and look at how much damage we got. Predicting our opponents, getting us the damage, and we still got zapped. So we don't take out his tower, but that prediction was handsomely rewarding me right there. You'll love to see it. So I can go for another Princess in the back, and we can just slow roll that. Charlie, I'm gonna bite your fingers, sir. Oh, that's gonna sound so weird if you guys don't know the meme.
Ow, Charlie! Ow!
If you don't know, hopefully you know now. Go Google it, find out so I don't look terrible right now. We're gonna take him to Candy Mountain. We're gonna go in for the Hog Rider and we get that delicious, scrumptious +1 elixir trade. Yet again, guys, I think he might go in for a Goblin Barrel counter with the Skarmy, so we'll see. No, he's gonna go for a Furnace. He was scarred. Literally, we bit Charlie's finger and he's scarred now, guys. He doesn't want to deal with it.
Charlie, that really hurt.
He really doesn't want to deal with that. So he knows that I could go in for a Snowball in the Skarmy. He knew I had him in cycle, so what does he do? He decides to go in for the cost-effective trade of going in for a Furnace. When I meant cost-effective, I was just a meme, you know, like I was actually being incredibly sarcastic there. That was one of the worst plays he could have ever done. So Knight here is going to be able to shut down most of the Goblins. I could go in for a Hog Rider so then it takes the priority from the Princess, and then we can go for a Goblin Gang afterward. I think he's going to go in for a Miner and then Zap. I don't think he's going to be able to kill the Princess otherwise. Oh, he doesn't have Zap for the Princess! No way. The tower on the right and the left are dilapidated right now. I think that our Princess wins out that interaction, especially if I go for a Snowball, we can keep her alive. I'm going to go in for a Goblin Barrel here, and I'm going to go in for a Knight as well. We're going to keep unloading in the right-hand lane with the Hog Rider tanking. Let's go. Force out more elixir. Now he doesn't have elixir for the Inferno Tower because he dropped the Furnace in the back to counter the Goblins, and he lost the game. We devoured the dragon. That was such a scrumptious treat. GG and well played, Charlie. What are we now? We haven't lost a game yet. 5-0, baby. Let's keep cruising. All right, we got a game here. We're going to sauce out a good luck, and we're going to see what's up. Definitely want to go for a Hog Rider to open it up. If you spam off his lane, we've got Skeleton Army. No way. Guys, so whenever your opponent decides, you know what the prime play is? Going in for a log or a bar barrel at the start. You just laugh and you're like, hey, now what do you have for my Goblin Barrel? Now what do you have for my Skeleton Army and Goblin Gang? Oh, nothing? Okay, I guess I'll collect my free damage. So I'm going to go in for a Goblin Barrel here, get a Fireball out of him for a -1 trade for him. And then we still probably get a Knight hit as well. He's down so much elixir that might as well go for a Hog Rider, hammer in the damage, add insult to injury here. 2 hits, maybe 3. Oh my goodness, that's going to be 3 hits, guys. Absolutely annihilated. Sending him to the Shadow Realm and he'll never recover. His soul will be sold to the devil. I'm going to go in for a Snowball to bounce back the Musketeer so it gets less hits. And that's going to be fine, guys. His bar barrel doesn't extend that far, so I can just get away with his Skarmy and then go for a Knight to body block for the remnants of the Skeleton Dragons. So isn't it weird that the Skeleton Dragons can't kill their cousins? We're protecting them. It's like when you meet up with your cousins and their cousins are like beating you up as a kid, and then your parents come in and they're like, you guys can't do that. Get away from John, Bob. Get away from here. Anyway, We could probably go in for a Hog Rider whenever we feel like it. He's going to Fireball, so that's not really a good play. Remember, he's got Barb Barrel, so I can drop my Goblin Barrel off to the side. And if he misses one of the Goblins, we're going to get so much damage. He missed one of them. Gary the Goblin put it in the work. Let's go, baby. And that's why you always drop it off to the side, because it's so hard to figure out where is my opponent dropping their bait card. Where are they dropping the Goblin Barrel? They never know until they see it happening at the end, and then it's too late. And he definitely doesn't appreciate that one, man. So he's going to go for another Skeleton Dragons. I can just go for Princess to finish off the Skeleton Dragons. Obviously, you guys notice where my Princess is. It's on the healthier side, because we appreciate her. We want her to get fireballed in the lane that he doesn't want to get damage on. He wants his fireball all collectively in the left-hand lane. I'm going to go in for a Hog Rider, and then I'm going to go Bamboozle him on the right. Maybe he's going to be looking out for that. I don't know. I'm going to go for a Snowball. Yo, he wasn't ready. He got Bamboozled twice in a row.
Another one.
I love this. I don't know why it gives me such immense satisfaction, but I love it, man. Anyway, we can go for a Knight here. I can also cycle another Goblin Barrel because he's not back. And then I can go for a Snowball if I really need to. But I'd rather just go and cycle. Yeah, I'm going to go for a Snowball here and then go for a Skeleton Army. As long as we're going to be able to kill the Musketeer, the Skeleton Dragons die to the Princess, and there's no way you take my tower. With 8 seconds remaining, sir, you better be playing and praying to your shrine, because no one else can save you now, brother. Even if you go for a Prediction Barb Barrel on top of the Goblin Gang and hit it, it doesn't matter. Pleasure playing against you and asserting dominance. That was a really fun game, and it just shows the defensive versatility of the Goblin Gang and Skarmy when your opponent only has Barb Barrel, because Log is the only thing that extends far enough to hit everything. We're going to go in for a Goblin Gang here. We're going to see what's up. We're going to see what's happening. And this guy's going to go in for a Snowball, and he's going to go in for Skellies as well. Why do you have double small spell? What did I do to deserve this? Okay, so you're going to have Bomb Tower right now for the Goblin Barrel. At least there's that, man. There is a silver lining here. I wonder if he's going to have like 5 small spells. Right now we see 2. Then that's already too many. So if I go in for a Knight and a Hog Rider in the left-hand lane, that would be ideal, but I can't do it. I'm going to go in for a Snowball just to bounce back the Hog Rider so it gets 1 less hit than it originally would. He doesn't even get any damage. Let's go. So then I can go in for a Hog Rider in the left, and the Princess stayed alive. Said nope to those skeletons real quick. We shut down the entirety of the Musketeer. The Hog Rider is hammering through, and he has nothing for either lane. We already destroyed someone with 3 spells. And that's how this deck works, guys. Your opponent makes 1 misplay, and they lose the game. Literally. If you get into a bad card cycle, and you drop both of your small spells, and then you don't have an adequate answer to the Goblin Barrel, you can get 3 crown in mere seconds. GG. Well played. Peace out, buddy. I hope you didn't break your phone. But literally, this is my favorite deck with Hog Rider right now, because its destructive firepower punishes people as soon as they make 1 misplay.
That was easy.
All right, we got a game here. We're going to see what's up. We're going to see what's happening. Definitely want to go kick open the game with the Princess in the back and protect her. With our soul on the line, we will never sacrifice our Princess. You're going to go for a Hog Rider and an Ice Spirit, so you definitely have a fast Hog Rider cycle deck. Maybe you're going to have 2.6 Hog. But if we've got Inferno Tower, I think we have a pretty okay matchup here. We'll see if he logs or if he goes in for a Musketeer. If he goes in for a Muskie, we're going to pre-plant our Goblin Gang, and then we force out a log anyway. But now you don't have log and cycle, so what are you going to do about the Goblin Barrel? You're going to go for a cannon, and then you're going to have nothing for the Goblin Barrel. You don't even have enough elixir for the Fireball. Let's go, guys. Hog Rider is tanking for the Goblins, and that is an excessive amount of value. So the main reason we got value and damage there is we predicted him to go in for the Musketeer. We forced out the log, and then we knew he had no answers. So what are we going to do? We're going to take advantage of that. We're going to punish him. We're going to spank him and assert dominance. So let's go for the Princess in the back here, see what he's going to do about it. And I think that he'll probably just go in for a Fireball most likely. Yep, there it is. We're making predictions 24/7, 365, because we know his deck, and we know the finite amount of answers that he has for our cards. So yet again, I think we want to go in for a Skarmy at the river. He'll probably go in for Skeletons, or maybe we'll go Ice Golem. We'll have to wait and see. I could have went for a Prediction Snowball on top of the Skeletons. That would have been funny, but he didn't drop them anyway, so it's fine. I'm going to go for a Hog Rider here. We're going to try to get some damage. He's going to go in for a Cannon. So at this point in the game, guys, I need to go in for Goblin Barrels. I could go for a Snowball here, but if you're going to continue to spam us aggressively, our best bet is to just shut you down with the Inferno Tower, then follow up with the Knight so the Musketeer doesn't get a single hit, and we force out another Ice Golem. So, as you guys can see, it's going to be difficult for us to get Hog Rider chip damage, so I'll try to get Princesses at the river when I can afford them. So, after the Ice Golem pops, I will go for a Princess at the River here. So I don't think he's expecting it. We get a lock, and we have the Knight protecting us for a little bit of time, too. If he's going to go for Skeletons, we're just going to go for a Snowball, keep our Princess alive, and crush his dreams, just like his phone, my man. So I'm going to go for a Skeleton Army. We knew that he was going to probably go for a log, so I didn't want to go in for a Goblin Gang immediately after. We needed the Inferno Tower to melt the remnants of the Hog Rider. And at this point in the game, guys, all we have to do is get one more Hog Rider hit. The frustrating thing about our deck is we don't have direct damage, and he could hypothetically just defend the entire time, cycling logs on our Goblin Barrel. So the game is not over until it's over, guys. The Goblin Barrel is going to get a connection. Now we finally won it. I'm going to go for Hog Rider in the right with the Skeleton Army, and there's no way that he's going to win this game now. We will shut him down, snowball the tower, get the Hog Rider on top of him. How many towers can we take? New mini game, guys. When you assert dominance to the highest degree, you got to take multiple towers. 3 crown everyone. Nothing but dominance is accepted with our deck. GG, well played, and peace out. We crushed his towers, and we probably crushed his phone too. All right, guys, we got a game here. We're going to sauce out a good luck, and we're going to see what's up. Definitely want to go for a Giant Snowball to kick it open. If this guy doesn't want to cycle anything, we'll go in for a Hog Rider. Ooh, he's going to go in for a Giant. So when I see Giant right out of the gate, the best bet is to go in for a Knight and an Inferno Tower on top of the Giant, going for a Goblin Gang or a Skarmy on top of the Mini P.E.K.K.A. So I'm going to go in for a Skarmy because I think he wants to go for a Zap on top of the Goblin Gang, and some of the Goblins will stay alive. But if he goes in for a Zap on top of the Skarmy, we kind of just lose everything. He's just going to go for a Giant. He's not going to arrow. He's going to go in for a Sparky at the River. Oh my goodness, dude. Well, this isn't as good as I had hoped it would be, because the Spear Goblins aren't going to be able to kill. Spear Goblins are going to die here. Mega Union also destroys our Princess. We have to soak up 2 hits with the Sparky, with the Hog Rider. Then we can go in for a Skarmy afterwards. So the Hog doesn't give us any value whatsoever. Actually, I lied. He gave us a hit on the tower. And then the Skeleton Army, he doesn't have any answer to that. He has to go for an Electro Wizard. We're currently up 1,000 damage already. You'll love to see it. So I'm going to go for a Giant Snowball, propel back the Electro Wizard. Did we time it perfectly? Oh, almost 0 hits. It was so close yet so far away, my dudes. So right now, at this very moment, we know that he's got Sparky. We don't have Rocket, but since we have Bait, I think we're going to be fine. We have so many ways of distracting his Sparky. So I'm going to go and slow roll another Princess in the back here. And ooh, yeah, I'm going to go in the left-hand lane. I think he's going to go for a Sparky with it. So if I went for a Hog Rider in the right, we could get out a Mini P.E.K.K.A, and then I could Goblin Gang. So the Goblin Gang's going to be able to kill the Mini P.E.K.K.A here. We'll see if he drops it. I feel like he has to. Maybe he just sacks it and goes all in. Is he that type of dude? Yes, he is. Oh my gosh. You're ferocious. You're feisty. You're going balls to the walls with all of your elixir. Are you going to get 3 crowned by a Hog Rider? Is that what's going to happen right now? Are you literally going to get 3 crowned by a Hog Rider? Is that what your fate is here, sir? Usually, Gold Beatdown is the 3 crown master, the 3 crown machine. But right now, you guys are seeing a Hog Rider bait with no big spell, 3 crowning people left, right, and center. So here we go. We're going to go in for a Goblin Gang after the Dark Prince locks on. Up a little bit higher. I think the Hog Rider might just get him right now. I don't think he has an answer to this, honestly. He's going to be continuing to spam. I want to 3 crown you. That is our mission. We will sack a tower to 3 crown you, okay? I am malevolent. I am a horrible human being. But you know what, guys? If we ever play against Sparky, I feel good about 3 crowning them.
I need this.
So I'm going to go for a Giant Snowball here. The Sparky will be able to get a hit, but the Hog Rider will also get a hit at the same time. So 2 Princesses. I can go for a Goblin Barrel here. We're going to be able to defend this pretty easily. So as long as I defend, we're fine. Oh, he's going to go for a Dark Prince as well. Okay. So you're going to Dark Prince. You're going to still have your Sparky. I wonder if you Giant in the middle. That's what I would expect. No, you're not Gianting on the middle. What are you doing? So we can just go for our Hog Rider here because we know that the Skarmy is going to go and surround. Then we can go for a Goblin Gang after the Dark Prince locks onto the Knight. And because the Hog Rider is coming through with the entirety of the Skeleton Army, all we need is 1 more hit and we win the game. Or I could be a total memer and finish you off with the Princess. GG, well played, and peace out, buddy. It was a pleasure playing against you and absolutely asserting dominance. What a weird game, guys. 3 crowning someone with a Control Inferno Tower Hog Rider Goblin Barrel deck. Have you guys ever seen that? I know I haven't.